This is Dan. In this video, I will show you how we clone a Dodge ignition switch. This is also known as WIN module. This one has a UPD70F, which is a Renesas processor. I got the original one open for you. I'll show you how the clone process is done. So you can hear this thing is bad, fell apart inside, and customer can't turn the key over to start the car. Buying a new one kind of expensive, so he decided to clone an old one with the same part number. I'm going to be using MultiProg, and we're just going to follow MultiProg instructions. Now, if you don't have the MultiProg or you don't have the skills of doing this and you just need this done for your vehicle, I will leave a link below in the description or at the end. You can get it done at Carman Auto. That's K-A-R-M-A-N, carmanauto.com, and they'll be able to do this service for you. Otherwise, if you got the tools or just like to watch how it's done, we're going to go ahead and do it. So MultiProg MCU adapter. I already got my thing to set up Immobilizer Dodge Journey 2010. This is a WIN module right here, WIN. Looks like it's a loose for now until we clone it. Let me zoom in. If you can see, same diagram as mine. Let me zoom in on this end. So similar, everything's similar. So what we're going to do is just follow the instructions that we have over there. So we're going to be using this end right here. All right, so this is how we look at our diagram. These three and then 1, 2. So I'm just going to solder it. First, before I solder it, I always like to scratch it a little bit. That way I have a good connection. So each circle, a little scratch, kind of like this. And then here. Okay. Now, let me put some extra solder. Alright, now this is the original one, this is the bad one. We're gonna grab the data off of it. It has VIN number in it, key information in it, all that stuff that you need to start the car and run it. Okay, good enough. I'll start with the furthest, which is the VCC, and then the ground. I like to start from top to bottom, that way it's not in your way because the wires do get in the way. All right, we got a ground here, and we got RXD, which is the orange, and we got the brown. Come on, brown. All right, good connection. Next one in line is the blue, and we got the yellow, which is the reset. Okay, connection is good. You got to confirm that with your diagram. All we're gonna do is connect my MCU adapter to my MultiProg, confirm again the pinouts, and we're gonna go over to my laptop. I'll click configure. You can read the configuration, but that's not really important, and it's just FN00. All right, let's read the D flash. The configuration, what I like to hit is usually that's the easiest to read, the fastest to read, and will confirm your connection. If it's a bad connection, then you got to restart and check your solder or pin out, whatever. So if you can see, P data read successfully, not too long. And if you can see, here's the VIN data right here in some spots and key data in it also. So let me just save. I'll just save it as original. And then next one is a P flash. These take some time to read, and we're gonna read this also and save this also. So we're gonna do a complete clone of D and P flash into a donor. That way nothing is different. They're both identical software. Everything's identical. And B flash on this one is pretty quick read actually, and we got our 100%, so it's just verifying, making sure we have a good read of every single byte, nothing missed, nothing corrupt. And we're also going to save this as original. Now if you can see, here's more data in this one right here and a lot more data in here. All right, let's save this one right here to original. And next step, open this up, and we're going to do the same thing on my donor. So what I'm gonna do is remove, okay, and then we always like to go over and clean both wherever we work on, clean them out. Now, all right, here's the donor. Customer matched the part number, so it's good to go. Let me open it up. Now, programming keys also, you read this WIN computer. Sometimes to program this guy right here, you gotta have this thing. All right, similar process. We're just gonna scratch these little areas right here so I have good connection. All right, there's connection here. here, and I will add more solder to each one of these areas. So solder here, 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 and of course here. All right, so confirm your spots. We're just gonna start with, again, VCC and ground. I like to go with the furthest one, then we'll go ground, and then we got RXD, which is my orange, and then we got the brown, and of course we got the blue and yellow. So let me get the blue over here and yellow. Confirm everything's good, connected good, nothing shorting out. We'll click out of mine, and I'll just read the configuration data just to make sure I have a good connection. Good connection. Let's start reading the P flash or D flash out of this donor. And I always love to save my originals and donors. Don't ask why, just because we always save them, just to see the old data, the new data, and of course, here, let me save this as new. Let's read the P data. Now, why did we save the old and new data from old computers and new computers? Because sometimes people do confuse which one's original, which one's new, and they mark a donor on a original, and we did have those issues, so we just read and save both. Also, it's actually a good way of saving. If you read the original, read the donor, you can compare where the files were different, what you've changed, and obviously we the third time for online customers, we reread each file. So after our donor has been written, we reread it again and save that when there is something coming. We can actually pull up all the files and know that we have a good good write to a donor. Okay, so I'll save this one as new. And we're just gonna go start with the D flash, open. We're gonna hit original. This is original. And we started with the D flash. Okay, right here. We'll hit write. So Dodge journey, win D flash, and this is original. Always making sure you write the original. That way, no confusion, nothing going on. Original file is being written. Now we'll write original P flash and just hit write, and it's gonna write. So now this customer will be able to start the car. His keys are gonna be working. VIN number is going to be accurate. All the other computers will recognize it. So this is how a WIN module or security or ignition switch control module clone is done. Now, if you don't have the tools, like I told you in the beginning, we will leave a link in the description below or at the end of the video, and you can actually go to carmenauto.com and we can actually do the clone for you. Now, if you do buy a new one from a dealer, the dealer can program a new one. Now, when it comes to old used, scanners are not able to rewrite the old data or old WIN module, so they won't be able to rewrite. That's why programming a one-to-one direct to a processor is the best way to do it. Now, watch my other video on how we program other ignition switches on Mercedes and stuff like that. That video is right here. Otherwise, hit the like button, subscribe. I will see you in the next video.